Hi, my name is Derek Irby. In this classroom observation, I am observing a CTE class titled Concepts of Engineering. The objective of the class assignment was covering a student organization, and the skill was for them to learn the Skills USA Vicar Pledge. Before beginning the class, the teacher gives students a brief reminder of etiquette and social talk. The teacher teaches and introduces new words, which he will address later on as well. The teacher is teaching the class held at around 11:15 a.m. And it consists of 22 students, of which 19 of the students are males. So there's only about 3 females in the class. Not sure if any students were missing. The room is well lit. The blinds are open to allow plenty of light into the room. As the teacher begins to teach, some students are not looking directly at the teacher. As the teacher walks around the classroom, but they are paying attention. As the teacher talked to the class, students from another class started filtering in to finish an assignment that the teacher had them working on. It was a project. The teacher asked students in his classroom before he began teaching, he asked the students to rely on him, kind of like pilots rely on their dashboard in a plane. They can't really see the runway. They can't really see what's going on in front of them. All they have to do is rely on what's on their dashboard. So the teacher goes over to shake a student's hand. The teacher then holds up some blueprints made by a student and told the students in other classes that this class prepared this student for what he was learning in this class. So math, English, everything that he was learning in other classes prepared him for his engineering class, his Concepts of Engineering class. The teacher tries to establish buy-in on the students' behalf to let them know the worth of themselves for services rendered to enhance their self and marketability when attaining a certain skill set. So this class will help them attain a certain skill set by creating blueprints and other documents, and the students make other instruments as well, which I'll talk a little bit more about later. Students were asked to stand up if they represented a color like orange, blue, red. So 4 students stood up and they had to support each other in learning the first part of the Vicar Pledge. Classmates supported by clapping for the students. The teacher spoke of honor and respect for vocation. The teacher skips he skipped some parts, I suppose, of the Vicar Pledge. So a student reminded him to go back and talk about that part. So most students were engaged in the lecture at this point. One student's head is down, and the teacher has not said anything to the student, but the student is paying attention. Halfway, I believe, he's kind of doodling some information on his paper. The teacher speaks on the second part of the Vicar Pledge and then asks for 4 more students to stand up. The teacher said students with the heart of a champion will stand, but students didn't want to stand. So at this point, the teacher selected 4 students to stand up.
$1,900 if you want me to draw it. One page, $1,900. I'm gonna do it Friday. Yes, on Friday. This is why you need to have a sellable skill so that you can pay the bill. When the class over, I'll go get on the machine and make a card no payment. Card be mine for another 30 days because I have a skill. And that's why we have y'all in this class. This is not English, math, physics, gymnasium. This is a class to teach you a skill. Architecture, computer-aided design, and all the forms of engineering. So, upon my honor, I pledge to do what? Prepare myself. I'm not trying to prepare you. I'm not trying to prepare you. I love both of y'all, but I'm here to prepare myself. How? By diligent study and art and practice. Diligent study. I'm going to practice every day. Art and practice means I'm going to practice every day at a certain time. I'm not going to try to figure out how many of y'all, truth be told, how many did do homework last night? Raise your hand. Because we have not set aside a time and a schedule for me to do this. But diligent study and art and practice means, you know what? As soon as I go home at 3, I'll do my homework at 4, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm diligent study and art and practice to do what? To become a worker. A worker means I got a job. And this is what I'm going to do. A worker whose services will be recognized. I want him to recognize the service. Whoever I'm doing this drawing for, I want him to recognize the service that I'm about to lay down and recognize the service as honorable by my employer, this man that I'm doing it for, and fellow workers. That's what the first paragraph talks about. I know that I want to study at a certain time every day to be the best I can be. There's 24 y'all in here. Chain start at 0 and go to 24. You have to figure out where you're at on the chain. Some of us, somebody in here got to be at what? And somebody in here going to be at 24 on the chain. 0 ought to be trying to figure out how to get up the chain, take somebody else out. Competition is good for the soul. Even when you boxing for the championship, I still got to practice. I still got to spar with somebody. Sometimes I'm going to get what? And sometimes I'm get knocked out, but I still got to spar with somebody so I can find out where I stand. So there's still some architects out there that's better than me, and some architects out there that are worse than me. But I know not too many of us know 3 forms of computer aided design and 3 different software. So that's what I had to do to be the best I can be. So in the first paragraph, we want to make sure like the first paragraph up in 3 minutes. But anybody keep a piece of paper. That means the paper, as long as the paper with you, you got the answer. But if you swallow it, you're trying to paper upside down. Stevie Wonder can't see anything, but yet he can see everything once he closes his eyes. And that's what you have to do. Be able to close your eyes and hear. And let somebody like air traffic control. While you're in the airplane, first thing when all kind of stuff, weather start acting up in the airplane, now that man, that pilot got to rely on what? What do the pilot got to rely on? Because he got to rely on that dashboard. You got me? Now, when we go over this, I need you to rely on me as you go out there in that deep water. But there's nothing like you knowing how when somebody can't take something away from you. Listen, the first thing says, flip your paper upside down. You let another school have the paper. You don't need the paper to 89. You got to know how to trust and believe. Flip it upside down, baby girl. Listen, it says, flip it fast, big. You don't worry about it. Competition ain't number one teacher versus another, and I got your back. You feel me? I ain't swole, I'm just confident. I make sure I teach mine quicker than you teach yours. Here we go. First paragraph says, upon my honor, I what? Here we go. Upon my honor, I what? I pledge to do what? Prepare who? Upon my honor, I do what? One more time. We got to do it as a group. We go top together, we what? We go top together and we what? Upon my honor, I what? To do what? Next thing says, prepare myself 2 ways. By what? DNA. Diligent study. I'm going to do it every day. And art and practice, I'm going to do it every day at 4 o'clock. You got me? Upon my honor, I what? Come on, man. Talk to me like you went to all day night. Because I know I can't struggle. We'll be rocking. One more time. Upon my honor, I what? To do what? By what? Diligent. Here go your first 2 big words that you didn't have at first. Go tell one of your boys. Listen, you know, I try to practice and study diligently and ardently. Right? They gonna already smile. They don't know what you're talking about. They just smile, but they really don't know what you're talking about. Competition good to put somebody in check, to make them think. You feel what I mean? You know you want the upper hand on one of your boys. Throw a word out there. Start the dictionary. Make them look for it. Later on, I want you to look for it yourself too. Here we go. Upon my honor, I what? To do what? How? And what? To become a what? And here go the code right here. Come on out of deep water. To become a what? Who's what? You provide a service. I'm providing a service for them. Me and 3 people in each one of these classes. It's called the Mustang Design Group. And all of them 15. And he don't even know it. I just talked to him at lunch on the freeway. Hey man, I think he's looking on the design. I said, it's looking beautiful. While the kids are playing on the computer, one kid had to figure out the design for the bathroom, and then he had to figure out the layout for 154 cars in the parking lot. We provide a service. This is not English and math class here. That's over. We use English and math to show you how we use it in here. Come on, I pledge to prepare myself by diligent study and art and practice to become a what? Worker who's what? Will be what? Recognized. This is what you want. You could say, Mr. Frank, I don't give a flying hoot. Yeah, you do. Everybody do. I want my service to be recognized as honorable to this pastor that I'm doing the drawing for. I don't want him to say, hey man, you know, it look good, but I'm going to get another architect's firm. That's slap in the face. I want my services that I provide to be recognized as honorable to my employer. Right now, us instructors are your employer. So your services is your homework, your test. When you take a test and I get back to you and say 61, that don't make me feel good because I'm the one that's supposed to drop it down. You understand what I mean? But when I put that smiling face on something and say 98, that's when I get proud. I'm ready. I'm like, hey, let me take this boy and go up against one of these Mac 9 kids. I've been over there before. I know what they got. I know the tools they deal with. And I know the struggles that we might have should we bump heads one another. So, to provide services that will be recognized as honorable by my employer, which is me, and my fellow workers, is what? Each one of y'all is sitting by each other. Y'all gonna get out of here, you're gonna go to college, you're gonna still remember each other. You see each other, you done went to UT, you done went to A&M, Prairie View, Rice, Lone Star College, U of H, all of them. And when we get back, we still gonna be friends. Hey man, I majored in medicine. Man, I majored in law. Man, I got my own clothesline. And all of y'all, hey man, let's get together. Holler about a few things. Because these, you not only do you all have a service now, but you want to be able to use them together. My service is recognized as honorable by my employer and fellow worker. Then he say, man, I knew you was gonna be something. I was watching how you would take care of business in school when everybody around you was acting fool. You can tell all of us birds of a feather do what? I didn't say it, you said it. So, number one, here we go. I need two people stand up. I need two people stand up, but you got to come from two different schools. Somebody from Orange White stand up. Now listen, you got to believe in yourself. If I go out there and represent y'all as your teacher, I can't walk backwards. Not saying I got it going on. I got to stand up and go up against one of the teachers at Mac 9 and say I represent all these 9. I believe doing white. I got these 22 kids. You got them? Hey, give me 2 more. Somebody gonna get this. We're gonna break this first paragraph down. Give me 2 more. I got 22 kids. 1 stood up. That's 2. Take your hand out your pocket. Stand bold. Make somebody nervous. Give me 2 more. You got an instructor in here and 3 other kids trying to figure out what's going on in all these numbers. I need 1 more. I know you sweating bullets. Do what you gotta do. Remind me of the people in church when they be sweating bullets when they extend their invitation. Start sweating. Here we go from the top. Flip that paper over, man. Flip the paper back over. We don't need that paper. Here go your paper right here. For my honor, I what? To do what? Prepare myself. By what? And what? Diligent study and what? Diligent study and what? And art and practice to become a what? Worker. Who's what? Services. Will be what? And what? By who? And who else? One more time. For my honor, I what? To do what? Prepare myself. How? By diligent work. DNA. Just like you see in people, all the people dying on the TV shows y'all look at. For my honor, I pledge to do what? To prepare who? Me and him? Myself. Prepare myself. How? By diligence. And what? To become a what? Who's what? Will be what? That's what? As honorable by who? My employer and who? Give it up for them. All of y'all, give it up for them. 1 down, 3 to go. That's only 25 points. 25 points on A9 is an F. You feel what I'm saying? We can't even get 3 because that's 75. And Mac 9 will knock us out with 75. Ike 9 might knock us out. Here's the next one. The next one says to honor and respect my vocation. This is what the vocation is. It's your skill. Medicine, law, architecture, All these are vocations. You got it? To honor and respect. If you don't honor and respect it, I can give you an assignment to say this is your computer for the semester, but you'll unplug the keyboard and hide it from it. It's funny to you because you're in the 9th grade. But it won't be funny when I got an assignment and I want to pay you $100 a day, no matter whether you're 15 or not. What? Oh man, I'm putting on to prep myself to do this based on myself, based my expectations with honor and circle, okay? Man, I need to say the base. I mean, I said the base. Y'all trying which one? Which one you thought I said? Which one did I say? Okay, my fault. To base my expectation. Wait a minute. Okay, gotcha. All right, so listen. To base my expectation of reward. When I do something, I should be expecting something. Hey, my man, how what? Yeah, you know I'm talking to you, pretty boy. Listen to me. I said that because that's what they told me when I was at prison. I was in the back of the room rapping. I said, pretty boy, I said, God, dog. Each day you treat her right, you expect nice things from her. What I mean is I expect you to call me on the phone, right? Let me ask you this. How long are you going to stay with her? I keep treating you nice and you keep treating me like a dog. Listen to me. Even in your pledge, it says to base my expectation of reward. What am I expecting from doing everything the instructors tell me to do? I should be expecting something other than what? I can't take the exam. I got to take the exam, and you gave me in conduct. There should be something, man. I got students right now, just 30-something years old, who say, Mr. Price, man, I'm out here doing architecture now, and it's all because of you. To base my expectations, this is what I'm expecting. To base my expectation of reward upon what? Solid foundation of service. The solid foundation of service means you came here and you dropped it like it's hot and you laid it down. You did what you had to do. Every piece of paper was a 9 or 8, and every time you got on the computer, it was laid out. Now, inside every one of my class, I got 5 fellas that super pass everybody else. That's what I mean to base my expectation of reward upon what? Solid foundation of service. When you gave us a piece of paper, you expected that piece of paper to lay flat. Well, we got it back. All right? We talked about that January 9th when I walked in here. Some of y'all still had papers going like that. Bent up on the corner, like 5th grade. But I got some papers in there that's still flat. I got papers at home from 1999, this thick, this thick, and all of them still laid flat. Because that's what I expected from them, none but the best. So this paragraph said to base my expectation, what I'm expecting, to base my expectation of reward upon the solid foundation, you got of services. This is what I provide. Here we go. I need 4 more to stand up. 4 more to stand up, not them 2. Not them 2. See, let me tell you something. If you got the heart of a champ, you're going to stand up every time anyway. That's why he jumped. You got it? Your boy over there. If you scared him sometime, but he be like, right? Listen to me. This rascal jumped up. You feel me? Some of y'all was laughing, but I tell you what, he jumped up, didn't he? That make everybody shut up from laughing. That's why he jumped up. What he really saying, how you like me now? I say now when y'all jumped up, that's what he had across his forehead when he got up. You feel me? Somebody, I need 4 to stand up. I know he wants to stand back up. He'll tell you, man, I ain't invited one in here. But I tell you what, I'm gonna take on some of y'all, even if I get knocked down. I'm still gonna take on some of y'all that draw better than me. But see, the hardest thing is believing in who? Man, that's a monster right there. Believing in myself. But you gotta trust somebody. I'm going out there to deep water with you. I got my deep water license, so before you even think about it, you'll see me and 3 sharks out there. And you'll be all right, cool, right? As long as you're out here with these sharks with me. I need 4 people stand up. Big. Stand up. I got you. My man in the back, stand up. Ain't nobody behind you, boy. Don't do it like that. My man can always be tall. Superman, stand up. Big. Stand up, man. Go out there deep water. Here we go. Now, do me a favor. Don't put your hand in your pocket. That's number 1. Number 2, don't lean across that table. Table on me. Stand out there in the deep water. I'll go get you. Back off that table. Next thing is don't say, take your hand from behind your back. Stand tall like the man you're supposed to be. Big, stand up. I got you. I got you. One of the days, huh? We'll see somebody else. Just stay out there with it. Okay, listen. Not only do we got the second paragraph, but we got the first paragraph too. You feel me? Here we go. We're gonna do sign language just like baseball. Upon my honor, I what?
Pledge.
To do what?
Prepare myself.
Talking to y'all. To prepare myself how? Stop. Look at me, man. Look at me. To prepare myself how? It's on the TV. Diligent study in what? What it start with? Diligent study in what? Y'all hear me right? Diligent study and ardent practice. I want you to look it up. It's a new word. It's a new word in my vocabulary when I was the first year teacher. You gave me 2 words, you went over my head. I had to go find it out. Upon my honor, I pledge to prepare myself 2 ways. He said, diligent study and ardent practice. Look at me, man. Don't worry about the pick. Just stay with me. Diligent study and ardent practice to become a what? Who's what? A worker who's what? What you gonna provide? What I'm providing for him? Worker whose services will be what? Take your hand out your pocket. Don't get nervous. I got you. Serve who's recognized as what? You too. As what? Honorable what? Honorable by who? Me and him. By my what? And what? Stop. And who else? Fellow what? Give it to me fast. Upon my honor, I pledge to do what? You 3. I pledge, upon my honor, I pledge to become, upon my honor, I pledge what? By how? DNA.
Okay, to sum things up about the concepts of engineering classroom, in the classroom that I walked in or observed in, I had the pleasure to observe the 4th period A-Day concepts of engineering classroom. The topic of conversation was the Skills USA VICA Pledge. The objective was for students to learn the pledge in order to be able to compete in the leadership conference for workforce skill. The organization helps support and prepare students that want to enter the workforce with the technical skill. The teacher started off by telling the students that they represent themselves, but that they also reflect someone or something else that's bigger than them. What happened in the classroom? The teacher asked students different questions, and to stand while giving the answer, I feel creating more engagement on the students' part. The environment, it is well lit from natural light and incandescent lighting. There are 22 students comprised of a majority male students. The purpose of this classroom observation was to see if the students in the classroom would retain more knowledge if they felt like the lesson had tangible meaning and value added to their life. Basically, are hands-on skills best for some students? The students in this class get to use different instruments and machines to create items on a small scale, which I feel is really important. The teacher also has students create blueprints, which will help them get an idea to be able to develop things on a much larger scale or magnitude. In this classroom, I was able to see some students that also attend D Hall or in-school suspension, and quite often. In my school, we have termed in-school suspension O room, opportunity room for short. What are my feelings about the class? I thought the lessons would have gone a lot better if the teacher was teaching a lesson about an engineering concept or giving instructions for a series of steps for a project while the students worked. I felt the students really could have done this for themselves, and the teacher really didn't have to cover a topic like this with them. But realistically, you know, if the teacher did give the students an assignment and said they had 45 minutes to learn the first 2 parts of the VICA Pledge, how many students would have actually learned the pledge? I would say about 2% of the class will remember or even attempt to learn the pledge on their own or with a friend. I also thought about the size of the class and how the females in the classroom may feel being surrounded by mainly guys or mainly males. It seems that the class is tailor-made for the males with little input for the females. I'm not sure how many females take this class on average, but I think it would have significant benefits because I do hear quite a few female students say they would like to be engineers because they are very mathematically inclined. Upon evaluation of the class, I don't want to think of my observation or myself observing the components, concepts of engineering class in terms of good or bad when it comes down to what I experienced. I did observe other teachers early on in my career and through my student teaching. It was a great experience to get outside of health and into a CTE classroom to see that students really can learn something that they feel impacts their lives immediately, because they do produce real and tangible results if they apply themselves. A teacher can also affect how students feel about a class as well. The teacher was very positive, energetic, and the students were very casual but attentive. My only experience that I feel that I missed out on is the teacher teaching the class that consisted of engineering, any student-made products, like I said before. The teacher talked the entire time. I did my observation. While the students had a chance to respond, there was really not any student-led activities, but the focus was always on the students. On organization, my comprehension of everything presented in this lesson was pretty good. I would rate it good. The teacher started off well, paced the lesson appropriately, arranging each topic in sequence, and also by relating the lesson to a previous or future lesson. I didn't stay in class until the very end. I'm not sure if the teacher summarized or had time to summarize what was learned by the students, because I did depart before the end of the class. The presentation of the teacher. Before the class began, the teacher explained major points with clarity. The teacher also introduced new words and defined unfamiliar terms, concepts, and principles with the students. I felt that the teacher used good examples to clarify points while integrating materials and projects students created into real-world scenarios. The teacher did also share some of the examples of active, collaborative, and cooperative learning projects. Interaction. The teacher actively encouraged student questions, and he repeatedly checked by asking questions to monitor student understanding. The teacher did give sufficient wait time for the students to answer questions. Although some students still couldn't answer, they listened. No student had any questions to ask because the lesson was so straightforward, and the students responded appropriately when they felt they could respond without embarrassment. The teacher also tried to build on the students' self-efficacy and self-esteem when asking questions. The teacher did not really incorporate the females in the classroom into the discussion as much as he could have, and the class was not very diverse in representing ethnicities of race, which was kind of expected with respect to the student body in this school. Content, knowledge, and relevance. The teacher presented material at an appropriate level for students for the course while displaying knowledge of the subject matter. And in conclusion, I felt my observation of the instructor had strong presentation skills and a system for getting the students to buy into the concepts for the engineering program. I don't necessarily agree with the method of instruction on this particular day, but I am sure that his classes are fun and interactive, and the students have a great time learning and creating different objects in this classroom. Any advice that I could offer this teacher, I would tell him, or I would tell the teacher, to keep lecturing down to about 15 to 20 minutes if possible, and get the students started with the practical part of the lesson. If I had to observe the class again, I would look for a change. Definitely, I would look for more hands-on, where the students could get to create something that they could be proud of, and I would look for less lecturing. Thank you. All right, in this part of this discussion, I am observing a classroom of English students, ELL students. The objective for the class assignment was to cover 6 items about Greek gods or goddesses, presented in a short PowerPoint with pictures through Google Slides to the peers and the teacher in the classroom. Before beginning the class, the teacher gives students a reminder of what they are supposed to present. The class is held at about 12:30 p.m. The class consists of 22 students, 12 females and 10 males. The room is well lit from incandescent lighting and also natural lighting. The blinds are open from the window to let in plenty of light, like I said. Students are casually talking, trying to get their notes together with their project partner as the teacher continues to give instructions. As the teacher talks to the class, a student passes out rubrics to go along with the assignment. The teacher also gives the students that have not completed their assignment roughly about 5 to 7 minutes to complete their assignment while other students get their notes together to present. Students have to stand up while presenting, and also both members have to speak when the teacher gives them instructions to begin speaking. Here we go.
Alright guys, mastery objectives. The learner will present their chosen god or goddess using their Google Slides. Okay, I'm going to give you guys about, how much time did I give you guys here? Maybe a good 5 to 7 minutes for those of you that have yet to complete it. Okay, that's the only time you're going to be allowed to complete this. Alright, while everybody else that has finished, you're going to go ahead and present. Okay, so agenda. I need you to have your rubric out. Everyone has it, correct? Yes? Alright. Next thing, I'm going to pass on the Chromebook if you're not finished. So Anna is going to receive one, Mark, and Jennifer. I'm sorry?
Oh, yeah.
And Chastity? Yes? Okay, she can have one as well. That's fine. Alright. The last thing we're going to do is present. And after that, you're going to place all of your work inside of your folder. I'm grading your folders. Okay, so you need to leave your folders behind today. Are there any questions?
No.
No? Okay, I need to see Anna, Chastity, Mark, and Jennifer. Come and receive your Chromebook, please.
And I have Steve. You don't?
Okay, so what I'm going to ask you guys.
Hey!
What's your partner?
We don't need those.
Choose whatever God I don't hear. Okay, good. I need you to have fun. Okay. All right, Lauren. Okay, I need you to have your rubric. I'm about to choose the sticks. Whatever person I choose, I need you guys to come up to my desk. Alright, let's see. Juan, who is your partner, sir? Steven? Alright, come on up.
And I think you went for
Listen, guys, y'all should be in partners of 2. So, I told you guys that on the rubric, it even says it on the rubric, listen, okay, that one of you is going to present 3 items on the rubric, and the other partner is going to present the other 3 items. So, the first partner that's not speaking is going to be on here, while the other one is speaking, and then you're going to switch. That's how it's going to work. Okay, so who's going to go first, Steven? You want to speak first? Okay, Juan, go ahead and log on to my computer.
Whatever you roll. Pues the first three que son estas, pero estas no son pictures. You want to do just pictures?
¿Cuáles son pictures?
This picture. But this one is like the slides don't include the sugar version. So I don't know what it is. Go ahead and sign it. You want to do pictures or do you want to do
I don't know. And then as soon as they're going to start, yes, I will.
So which one do you want to do? You want that?
Okay, on yours, Steven, I need your window. Anyone? Alright, everyone should have your rubric and your you should have your rubric out and your Greek god and goddess presentation. You are taking notes as they are presented. Okay, if you have questions, you ask at the end, not while they are presenting. Do you understand? Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're waiting on a couple of people. Please be quiet.
As you can see, we're doing Hades. This is a picture of Hades in the underworld. Hades is the god of the underworld. He represents the god of the dead and riches.
Okay, hold on really quick. Alright, let's see. Let's say drinking horn. Yes, what was that? What was the purpose of that? You can help them out, Stephen.
I don't know.
You don't know what the purpose of it was?
No.
Okay, what about the, what did it say? Cerebrus? What exactly is that?
I don't know.
Okay, guys, what did I tell you? If you're going to put something on your PowerPoint, you're going to have to be able to explain it. If not, it's going to be counted against you. Okay, so what I need you guys to do, I need you guys to get on the computer back here, and you're going to have to tell me so that you can receive these points. Okay?
Who's the lover?
Finished?
They were going too fast.
They were going too fast.
Can they go back?
Okay, go back a slide, please. To that one?
A ver, quédate, Juan.
What does that mean? The hand lover?
No, the one before that.
The one before previous?
Yeah.
Can you go to the previous slide? That one?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay.
What does it say? Because it looks black.
You read it?
Of the
One.
head and the cheeks.
Yes, representation. What were the symbols? hold on, let's get this slide and then we'll go in order from there. Okay, did you guys mention who they were married, who he was married to?
Yeah.
What is that? 8 plus?
Wait.
Miss, are you filling out by hospital? Yes. Does everyone have the information? Does everyone have the information?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Go ahead and sign out, please, from Google. Not all of it. Just go to, yeah, press sign out. There you go. Thank you. Okay. Next person or next partner. Next group.
Is that one not?
Douglas. Who is your partner, Douglas? Catherine. Okay. Bring me your rubric, please. Catherine, are you going first? Catherine, you or Douglas? Douglas? Shh. Okay, guys, please be quiet. Listen. Okay, so the next one that you're going to be filling out is for Athena.
Symbols are owls and
Oh my God.
Hey. Bájale. Okay.
The symbols are owls and for wisdom. Watch. Watchfulness. No representing victory. Father, friends, ascent, peace.
Okay. Wait.
Athena, she's the goddess of wisdom, courage, inspiration, civilization, law, justice, just warfare, math, strategies, art skills, as well as the defenders of the cities and protectors of heroes.
For this one, just write down, you don't have to write down all of them, maybe just about 3 will do. Okay, because I know the box is not very big, correct?
She married no one. In some ways, he fell in love with her, with Athena, after she sprang out of the school. But Athena was lying. Maiden got it, and she refused to pay his Hephaestus stuff. Some men say that she was also because of his crippled body. And some say it's not. She didn't marry no one. She was virgin. She was a virgin.
Can you repeat that, please?
She married no one. She was a virgin. This is a picture of Athena. And this is a picture of a temple with the owl.
Anyone have any questions? No questions? Okay, thank you guys. Alright, next group. Toilet. This is your part. And your rooms.
You wanna?
Okay, like I said, I had the pleasure of observing a fourth period English classroom that consisted of mainly ELL students. The topic of conversation once again was Greek gods and goddesses. The objective was for students to learn about Greek gods and goddesses and mythology. Students were given a rubric for 2 reasons: to complete their project, and also because they had to grade their peers on the presentation as well. What happened in the class? The teacher told students that they were presenting for their project for Greek gods and goddesses. The teacher asked 6 questions that were also on the rubric and should be answered in the project. The answers, along with the pictures in the presentation, I feel keep the students in the classroom engaged and focused. Some students are speaking, but they are talking about what is going on inside the classroom and also what they are going to do when they present. The lights in the room have been turned off, as you can tell, while the students were presenting their project. There's roughly 22 students, 12 females and 10 males, and they are split up in groups of 2, mainly boy and girl, but there are also some boys paired up with boys and girls paired up with girls. The purpose of this class project, once again, was to use Google Slides. And the language objective was to listen and give feedback to student ideas. The students are supposed to have a project consisting of at least 6 slides, with each student presenting 3 of the slides. The students in this class are ELL, which means they are not as fluent in English because they may come from a non-English speaking home or a non-English speaking background. And because they're not as fluent in English as some other students, they have been placed in the classroom where the lessons and objectives have been modified to help them succeed. My feelings about the class: I thought the class lesson was pretty good, and the topic was good also. This helps the students learn about other cultures and history besides their own. I feel the students did not put as much effort into the creation of the project as they could have. Some did very well though. I also thought the size of the class was adequate and diverse in gender. I know English is something all students need, and to fully participate in the class, they would get a lot more out of it if they fully participated. As far as evaluation, once again, I don't think of my observing the classroom, as in terms of good or bad. When it comes down to what I experienced, I feel that I got a really good glimpse of a teacher in action and the students learning, and then everything switched around with the teacher letting the students do the work. The teacher was very positive and energetic, and the students were engaged with everything that was occurring in the class. I feel that I received some experience, some genuine feedback, while the teacher didn't talk the entire time. The students had more opportunity to respond. Classroom organization. Everything flowed well from the moment I entered the classroom. The teacher started off well and paced the lesson and was in total control. The students knew what was required of them, and some of the groups performed well while others did not perform so well, only because they were shy or maybe not prepared as much. I did not stay until the end of class, but I'm sure that not all students finished their presentations in this one day. Presentation. Before the class began, the teacher explained instructions and the rubric. The teacher also clarified other expectations for the project and presentations. I felt that the teacher had a great subject with plenty of information for the students to present. The project and presentations kept the attention of the students, and I like the use of technology and collaboration effort on the students' part. Interaction. Interaction of the classroom. The teacher actively questioned and encouraged students. She also ensured that they understood what it is that they were doing. The teacher gave feedback and also allowed wait time for students to answer questions. Some students had questions to ask their peers as they were going to get a grade for these questions. The teacher incorporated the majority of the students in the class into discussions. The class was pretty much 100% Hispanic, which is kind of expected, due to the ELL population in the school. High Spanish count. Content, knowledge, and relevance. The teacher instructed and incorporated material at an appropriate level for the students in this course. The lesson was in line with 9th grade high school TEKS. And in conclusion of my observation, the instructor was good, has great pedagogy skills, and a system for her classroom from the time students enter the room, I'm sure, until they leave. I enjoyed seeing students in a different classroom setting that was fun and interactive for the students. I liked the creativity of the different slides, and I liked hearing about the Greek mythology. The teacher did not over lecture and kept her point very brief and got students up and presenting within about the first 10 minutes of class. Overall, it was a good class. There was structure and a system that flowed and made transitions easy for the entire class. Thank you.